Hi, this is Carissa. I just got back from BEA. I was only there for Tuesday, but it was a pretty good time. It was a little bit crazy, even crazier than I thought it would be. I thought I'd do a little video of some of the stuff I got and people I met. The night before we went to BEA, we stopped by the Strand and I actually found a couple books. They sell some advanced reader editions there for really cheap. So I found Shimmer by Alison Noel there. And then I found Ashes Ashes by Joe Trigari there. And then this morning we got up pretty early, around 6 or so, and went ahead and went to the convention center, and we put our suitcases in the bag check and found, got our boxes set up for freight down in UPS and all that kind of stuff, and then sat in line for like an hour and a half. And when we got into so we started sitting in line about 7:30, got into the convention center, and it was crazy. It was pretty much a madhouse going in there, fighting for books and everything else. I was going to go through some of the stuff that I got. This is just a little bit of it. I got a whole box of books coming, so I'll go through those once they get here. They're getting shipped freight. I did run into some people in line while I was waiting for autographs and stuff like that. I ran into Girls in the Stacks, the girl who runs that, and she was actually talking to Christy from the Story Siren, who I was standing in line behind, waiting to get some books autographed. So it was kind of fun to meet Christy since she's so big in the blog world. And they also spent time talking to Ginny from Supernatural Snark, so that was kind of fun. I would have liked to get to meet more people, but I was only basically there from like 9 a.m. till 2, so believe it or not, that was enough. I think most of the books I got and most of the catalogs and stuff I got in the first hour, and then I spent the time after that getting stuff autographed and then going back and talking to some of the different publishers and giving them my card and stuff like that. So anyways, I got a number of catalogs. A lot of this stuff is from kind of the stuff I did at the end, and I hit all the big fantasy and young adult publishers at the beginning, and then I went back and did a lot of the graphic novel and some other fantasy stuff. So a lot of these catalogs are more from more obscure publishers and the graphic novel stuff. So I stopped by Paper Cuts and got their catalog. This is Last Gasp. They have a graphic novel coming out called Pinocchio that looks pretty cool. I went by Tor and got their Pyre one, which has a lot of really neat new fantasy stuff in it. IDW, who does Lock and Key, had their catalog out that has a lot of good graphic novels in it. Fantasy Flight Games, actually based in, and I didn't know this, but they're actually based in Minnesota in Roseville. So they're starting a lot of new series based on their games, and so I got some information from that person. And Image Comics was another comic book place I stopped by. So as for actual books I got, my husband was helping me out, so we kind of, especially for the autograph stuff, we kind of divided and conquered. He picked this one up by, I think this was Fantasy Flight.
From Paizo.
Oh, it was from Paizo. Okay, he's sitting behind the camera there. So from Paizo, this is the Pathfinder Tales, Winter Witch by Elaine Cunningham. And there's a few other Pathfinder Tales here, Prince of the Wolves, Plague of the Sagil, and the World-Wound Gambit. And they're all based in the Pathfinder world, so that should be an interesting read. From Orbit, I picked up this book, Blood Rice by Christine Painter. This one sounds really good. It's supposed to be a gothic fantasy with some vampire in there, a lot of politics, intrigue, stuff like that. I was really excited to get this. I had to go back and talk to the guy about this. And I found out a lot of the publishers when I went back to talk to them, they were really excited to talk to bloggers, and they were very nice, and a couple of instances they actually went back and got books out of cabinets for me because I was like, oh, I'm really interested in urban fantasy adult stuff, and they'd actually go back and like pick out some stuff for me that they thought I'd be interested in. So it really paid to spend some time talking to the publishers and introduce yourself to them. This one really looks fun. This is one from Shadow Mountain Publishing, and they do like the Obert Sky books and some other ones. I think they did the Candy War by Brandon Muletool. This was called Janitors. It's about, what janitors really do, and they're protecting the school from evil magic that's going on. So that's a middle grade fiction that really sounded neat. This one is from Egmont, and the lady at the Egmont booth was super nice, and she actually recommended this for me for a good paranormal young adult novel. And then the author was actually there for a signing, so I got it signed. And this is The Mephisto Covenant by Trinity Fagan. So yeah, she signed it. That was cool. She was a very nice lady. This is another one I got signed that just looked fun. I actually wasn't looking for this one, but it looked really cool. It's called Mind Over Monster by Jennifer Harlow. And she signed it. She was also a very nice lady. She was all excited that she had so many bloggers stopping by. This was the #1 one I wanted to get autographed. I haven't read this yet, and I really, really wanted to read it. And so I got it there, and both Clay and Susan were there, and they signed it, and they were really fun to talk to. Very nice couple. I really didn't meet anybody there that was obnoxious. Everyone was really nice. And then this was, Pyre had this, the Dervish House by Ian McDonald. I've been trying to decide if I wanted to read this one, and then they had it out there and told me, oh, you should read it, it's great. So I went ahead and picked that up. Then a couple graphic novels. I got a sample of The Darkness 2 Confession. Who was this from? I'm trying to remember. Top Cow Publishing, but I can't remember what anyways. It looks pretty neat. I like that. And then when I stopped by Paper Cuts, they had Ernie Cullen signing a sample of Inner Sanctum, one of his new graphic novels, so I got that signed. And that was pretty cool. And then the last thing I actually had in my mailbox waiting for me when I got home from Amazon Vine was The Map of Time by Felix Palma. And this one looks really neat too. I didn't realize it was going to be so huge, but it looks really cool. So that's what I ended up getting that I was able to stick in my bags and suitcase. There's also another big box coming that I'll go through when I got here. Overall, it was a lot of fun, but I was pretty worn out by 2 o'clock. If I had had multiple days, I probably wouldn't have maybe done that much in that short amount of time. But I can't imagine doing that for 3 days. So kudos to the people who hold out all 3 days there and do all that. Hopefully next year I can go do a couple more days and meet some more people and stuff like that. So hopefully it gives you a little preview of some of the stuff I saw. Thanks!